another video. I thought we would discuss sleep paralysis. This may lead to a different topic to do with the paranormal and everything though, so just be aware. But sleep paralysis is something that I have experienced in my lifetime, but also Dustin has. I'm actually going to insert a clip of what Dustin actually sent me with his most recent encounter with sleep paralysis.
I just want to kind of tell you what happened last night. So I don't know if any of you have ever struggled with sleep paralysis, but I have in the past. But I had a really bad episode last night. It was horrible. I don't know. I just appreciate, maybe you guys could talk about it in the comments if you've done anything to get past that, if you've had it, or what your experiences were. I would appreciate it. It was horrible. I actually thought I was awake, and as soon as I leaned up, I came out of my body, is what it felt like. And then I just panicked, like I wasn't going to be able to get back in it. And I was thinking, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And that's all I could think. And then I did wake up. But the first part is I was wide awake, and I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I felt a weird buzzing in my head, and then I must have drifted back to sleep. And then I finally got up, I felt like, and then I felt like I came out of my body. It was just a weird experience, you guys. But yeah, I would appreciate any comments on that, man. It was horrible. I don't ever want to feel that again. It was frightening. So.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're actually back again. Second day in a row.
I know. And what are we going to discuss?
Well, I thought you wanted to talk about sleep paralysis.
Oh, you
And whatever else we
remembered.
talk about.
Oh, you remembered. I wasn't sure if you remembered.
Of course I remember. If you've ever had it, you remember.
Yeah. Do you remember your first ever experience of sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I was probably early teens. I first experienced it. You?
I want to say my first experience was probably about 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. So but it's whether you link it to being biological or paranormal, doesn't it? Because I think there's two camps
what?
of people.
What?
Why are you looking at me confused? Stop it.
Well, I've done no research on it, so I don't know. I just know I go through it. And it's freaking horrible.
But are you ever shown like images?
Yeah, actually, I will get to that. Because the last one I just had a couple nights ago, yeah, I had a really bad image, and I tried to throw things at it, but I couldn't move. But go ahead, and I'll explain mine. But please describe what you're talking about, because our viewers may be lost.
Okay, so my first experience of having sleep paralysis. So when I go to bed, I always have my laptop playing. So I have like that background noise and a bit of light, because I don't like to be in the pitch black on my own. And I remember waking up, and I just remember I couldn't move, but I could hear my laptop playing, and I could see the light from it. But I remember feeling like I wasn't alone in my bedroom. I just remember feeling this like a presence. And then I was being shown images of dead relatives that were on my daughter's side of the family. And that they were telling me she's going to be okay, because she's got people waiting for her. And I remember being so shaken up the next day by that. It was terrifying.
How long ago was this?
About 6 years ago.
They were talking about your daughter?
Yeah. And it was like I was being shown, it's really like really fast flash images, but it was like pictures, black and white pictures of people that were and I was being told that they would be waiting for her.
Well, you guys are hearing this for the first time the same as I am.
that was my first ever experience of sleep paralysis and not being able to move and being absolutely terrified and frozen. Well, you can't move, can you? But
No. And
you can hear and see everything.
Yes, you can see everything. You have a sense of your body. I mean, you're awake. You're really awake, but you just can't move. But I always have it when I have it. I have that fearful feeling inside too. But I don't know what it is. Like the one I had it a couple nights ago, I could look, and I looked, and I seen a black cloud moving up my wall and over my ceiling. And I tried to throw like my remote control and stuff at it, try to pick it up on my phone or whatever and just throw it at it. That's what I had the other night. It was crazy.
What do you mean? What do you mean a black cloud?
I don't know what it was. It was like a blackness coming up the wall and over the ceiling. I don't know, like a cloud. It looked like a cloud almost. That's how mine went through the other night.
But do you think you were still in that dream state? Or do you think that was real?
I don't know. Sure felt real. I was awake. So I don't know. It's super scary.
You see, I instantly think to me, I feel like that's something
Probably was.
Paranormal. I feel like that's a spiritual thing. Something dark.
It probably was. But I don't know. It just sucks because you're so scared, you know.
You see, I then had other things that happened. I had other instances of sleep paralysis, and again I would always be shown like flashing images of things, but because I didn't want to see, I then started to pray, and it was only when I started to pray that I got myself out of it that would stop.
I've done that too. And got to stop. I don't really remember the rest of it the other night when I felt that. I just remember having it. And then I remember the black cloud thing. I just remember that, man. It's so weird. Super weird. Scary. Really scary. But I know the other times, because I've had it a couple times since I've been here, and you wake up and you don't, or you go into that and you don't feel like you're alone. Absolutely. Like an evilness kind of, I don't know.
You see, I remember after I'd spoken to you one night and I fell asleep and I was on the sofa, and I remember waking up and I was frozen again and I had my laptop going, but I could hear voices like talking. I think I might have told you about that one.
Yeah.
But I could hear like talking, like whisper sound. And again, I was suffering sleep paralysis then.
Well, we don't really know a lot about it. I don't think people really know a lot about it. Scientists try to say it's when you're overtired.
Yeah. Well, it's in between, isn't it?
That's what they say. Yeah.
Of that
sleep
but it's being and consciousness. Too.
But maybe that's a gateway, a doorway, or maybe that's when you're most vulnerable, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what astral projection's like, is a form of sleep paralysis, I would say. You know what I mean? But
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know a lot about it, but I know if you've ever experienced it, it sure sucks.
Why have you?
What, sleep paralysis?
No.
Or astral projection?
Astral projection.
No, but I've studied on it a little bit. So I know it's a deep form of meditation, you know. But no, I haven't did it. Do I think it's true? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's way possible. But because I believe in the separation of spirit and human body, flesh and spirit. I think we're two different things in one body. I think our spirit is separate from our body. I think there's a spirit world, and I think there's a flesh world is what we see when we're looking out our eyes. You know.
But when you talk about that black cloud, what that kind of reminds me of is that show, and I've forgotten what it's called. But she basically, when she goes into houses, she can see dark things like crawling up the wall and things like that. And sometimes people say they can see dark clouds, and or a mist going across the walls or something.
It looked like a dark cloud. That's all I can really say, like a thunder cloud rolling up the wall and over my head.
I know what the show's called.
And
It's
I tried
called Dead
I tried to
Files.
grab the stuff that was in my bed and throw it. I just couldn't move. But I had them like back to back. So I had sleep paralysis back to back. And the night before was like what you were explaining is you feel like you're not alone. You know, when you have that.
But has that
Was the
been?
one before.
But has that been where you currently are, or have you felt that when you've had sleep paralysis before?
Always when I felt sleep paralysis, you're never alone. Always, for me anyway. But no, the black cloud's a new thing. So I never had that before.
That's horrible.
Huh?
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
But do you know, I followed Jonah Jinton, and she has sleep paralysis, but she used to be afraid of it, and now she says it's spirits trying to communicate.
You sent me after I had it before. You sent me to her website or to her blog or whatever before. Yeah.
So now she tries to relax into it and listen to the messages. So I've been trying. If I do have it, I try and do that as well now and relax. And try and...
It's easier said than done.
I know it is.
Because when you can't wake up and you feel somebody else is in the room but you can't see them, it's easier said than done. You know. But for me anyway, I don't know if I can grasp that. But I'll try it. I don't know why not.
I suppose it's really about looking for a pattern, isn't it, when it happens? Like for me, it's not really that frequent. It's just every now and again.
But yeah, mine stopped though. So I used to have them a lot when I was a kid, when I was younger, and then it stopped. And then I had some I remember in the last couple of years, but then I've had quite a few in this room, more than normal, I think. So, but I mean, somebody died next door in here. So not since I lived here, but right before I moved in Bob's room. Remember Bob's room in the corner on the left?
Right.
Yeah, Casey found him because they hadn't seen him for a couple days. They went in there and did a wellness check, and he was dead face down on the floor. Had a heart attack.
Well, that's a bit creepy, knowing that.
Yeah. What, that you were here?
No, but you saying about that, because as soon as you said about a dark cloud, I instantly thought like a negative spirit. That's what I thought.
Well, of course, it was something negative.
Like a manifestation.
I don't think Jesus is coming to me in no black cloud. You know. But yeah, I believe that's personally how I believe is separation of spirit and flesh, and I think you kind of do too. You know what I mean? That we have a soul and we have a body.
Yeah.
You know.
I think the body is just like, when we die, it's just a carcass.
A vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I also believe in the resurrection, which I haven't spoken to you much about, so I think you'll get your body back. Be nice to your body, guys. Be nice to it.
Yeah, you take a different stance, don't you? It's like that sort of stuff. I'm still a little bit like, I'm open to it more now, but I'm still
you just don't know, because you haven't fed yourself with enough information on it. I mean,
yeah, but then
you might believe it after you study it. You don't know. You just don't know.
You say about studying, but then where do you get your information from? And how do you know it's credible?
How do you know it's not?
How do you know it is?
Because it's done by witnesses in there.
What witnesses?
It's done by witnesses and time frames, and you know where it came from. Let's don't do this right now. You know where it came from.
No, I don't.
You know where it came
I'm
from.
actually asking a legitimate
Bible.
question.
You know where I got my information.
And who wrote the Bible?
What, honey?
And who wrote the Bible?
Man, obviously.
I just said to Dustin, maybe he needs to cleanse his room. You need some sage. Go around it and burn your sage and go around.
I could do that.
Yeah.
And what did I tell you when I said I needed to cleanse my room?
Uh-huh.
What did I say?
What?
What did I tell you when you said I needed to cleanse my room?
What,
What
with
did I say?
holy water?
Yeah, I don't believe in that shit.
See, I
I don't believe
would.
water's holy just because somebody calls it holy. You know? No.
Well, it's worth a try.
How could anything in this world be holy? Fleshly, you know what I mean? Good, yeah, but holy? Holy's a whole different thing. That's powerful, man. That's a powerful term. That's a spiritual term. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, that is weird.
What, baby?
That is weird, though.
Yeah, so is the
But-
stuff going on in your house.
Well, I already know. Yeah, but I already know I've got something. I know
I just haven't
that.
come to terms with it yet. Did you send me a gift, babe? With that last package I opened? Did you mail me something, honey? It's a joke, Sarah.
Yes, I'm not very good at getting jokes. I go on delay. You remember what you said
You did
yesterday?
for a minute. You did go on delay for a minute.
Remember yesterday when
But then
you
got
said
it.
I do
But then
things
you
in
got
my
it.
own time, my own pace?
Well, I'm sure you were thinking package. When did I send you a package?
Yeah,
And then
I
you
was
clicked,
trying to
I
think.
did send him a package. So you were processing every little step of that, weren't you? Yeah, I know. I know
Yeah.
how you are, baby.
That's why I was on a delay, and then I got it. Well, I might have done. I might have brought it over with me, mightn't I, when I came over? You just
No,
never
you
know.
didn't. No, you didn't. You brought goodness to me when you came over, and I can't wait till you come back.
We can do it all again.
So, well, definitely going to be doing some stuff all over again. Yeah, actually, when I get my hands on you.
Yeah, okay, they don't need to know that. Come on.
I think they already know that, hon.
Well, they
Are you
don't.
blushing right now?
They don't want it rubbed in their faces.
Are you blushing, babe?
Mom, I'm so sorry, Mom, if you're watching this.
Your mom has been watching an interesting situation, hasn't she?
What do you
An
mean?
interesting program? Love After Lockup?
Yeah, I'm really surprised because she hates trashy TV.
It is super trashy, you
It's
guys.
very trashy.
Even though, according to Sarah, we are living Love After Lockup. Yeah.
Well, we are, aren't we? We are Love After Lockup.
But not like that. That show's crazy, you guys.
Why have you watched it? Have you got a little
They
dirty little
filmed it
secret?
They filmed it in our prison.
Okay.
And the warden bought it for us. Crazy. Yeah, we seen it. Yeah, it was insane. Trashy TV, baby.
I know, but did you watch all 4 series like I did?
No, I only watched a couple episodes. That's all it took. You watched 4 seasons?
Yeah, back to back.
What? Did you really?
Well, yeah, I wanted to know what I was getting myself into.
Oh, dear God, woman.
But the awful thing is that these people were saying things to these women. And I was like, Dustin says that to me.
How dare you right now?
And then
Not funny.
and that it is. It kind of is. It was at the
No,
time.
it's not.
Wow, no, it wasn't at the time. It was very concerning for me.
What? What did you say?
I said no, not at the time. It wasn't funny. It was very concerning for me.
What the fuck ever?
And
Miss
you,
prim and proper my ass.
what? I am. I am.
You heard what I said. Miss prim and proper my ass. Yeah, it was very concerning to you.
You were just like, stop watching it. I remember you telling me to stop watching it, and that's not us.
Yeah, it's garbage, man. They use them women in there. Bullshit. They do. It's not right. But they're stupid enough to allow it too. You know? The whole thing's just stupid.
Yeah.
That's true. It's true. But I think they act up a little bit for the TV. They get paid to do those. You know? I heard they pay him like $20,000 to do that shit.
Really?
Yes.
Have you got the
Why, do
editor's
you want to sign
number?
up? You got the address?
I know. So she's watching that. I think she just wants a better understanding of us.
She won't get it from that. Did you see any of them make it?
I think. Well, I remember this Utah woman was on there, and she was a Mormon, but she
is now an ex-Mormon. I guarantee you that. Go ahead.
and
After that.
I think she did get married to hers, but apparently they had sex in the prison or something. They paid one of the guards so they could have sex. So
It's not true. That's made up.
So their
I know.
child.
I've been to that prison.
So their child, she
It's not
claims,
true.
is his.
Yeah, so when you go into a prison visiting room, that's not true. So that's made up, because when you go into a prison visiting room, you're never out to that. So you would prefer the visitor came in first. It's not true. You're never outside of a visiting. Yeah, that's just some made up drama for TV. That part. So I'm calling bullshit on that. Trust me, I know a prison visiting room. I've seen it. I know.
Yeah, plenty of times.
You're never outside of that with your visitors. Outside of like 50 cameras. You know, because that's where all the contraband's brought in. Prison visiting. But, maybe.
Getting a prison lesson now. But you didn't expect this when you signed up to the channel.
When you signed up for the channel, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about editing styles, you guys. And
Dustin.
Sarah said that she's just runs the whole vlog. It's like a what you call it, a podcast? You just leave everything in. Well, that's not true, because I remember shooting some of these vlogs, and that's just not true. Sarah cuts out what Sarah doesn't want Sarah to be in, and leaves in everything about me. So, that's not true.
Can we just have clarification that you said I could use anything and put anything in?
I did, but what I'm just saying is what you just told me just now.
Yeah.
Was you run the whole thing.
I pretty much do with these, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see, sweetheart. Oh, we'll see.
Because otherwise it's too hard, especially these, because I have to cut and edit them beside each other. It's really complicated.
Doing the numbers, though, I thought.
Yeah. But it's still hard to get it all lined up.
Yeah, I bet. I imagine it is.
Did you have a point to that editing thing?
What, honey?
Are you trying to say I try and make myself look better?
You do. You do. But you also show a lot of vulnerable stuff about you in there too, like the last vlog and talking about your childhood and stuff. So you do put a lot into it about you too. So yeah, being fair, you know.
I always look at it like I wouldn't share because I know my mum watches. I wouldn't share anything that I think would make her uncomfortable, or I would be embarrassed about her viewing. If I'm okay with knowing that she's going to view it, then I'll put it in, and I'm comfortable with it. I think.
I won't say nothing.
Just say it, because something went through your brain then. What?
Yeah, actually, the Mormon comments in the Mormon vlogs that we did. We commented on the Mormons, and not in a pleasant light.
Who did? I didn't say
And then
anything.
And then the Kellys were watching it.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
say
did.
anything.
A little bit.
No, I
But
didn't.
we both did.
Yeah, and I cut
Because they're different people. They're
I
different.
cut your comment out. One of them.
Why are you so serious looking at me right now?
Because
like
I didn't say anything.
I didn't say you were disrespectful, but it kind of blew your mind when you went into that bookstore.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything like it.
It could come across a little offensive to them, I'm sure, and your mother even commented, Sarah, right? You get what I mean? So
Oh, we're going down that road, are we?
no, not at all. But you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I was shocked when I went into that shop because I didn't realize that that's what kind of shop it was. I think it was called Seagull or something. So I was expecting.
Knew it was. I told you it was a good bookstore, didn't I?
And I walked in and I was just like, oh, it was like walking into a Quaker shop.
You have no idea what I walked into in Beaver, Utah. I didn't tell you, huh?
No.
Where we went for pizza?
Yeah. No.
The polygamists own it.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
It was really good pizza, though. They were all in those dresses, all weird, all of them that worked there. And ran the pizza parlor. It's quite odd. So. But yeah.
See, I don't think it is offensive to comment on that.
Yeah.
Or to say it was kind of shocking. What's wrong with that? Or it took me by surprise, or it took me off guard. I don't see why that's offensive.
I understand where you're coming from. I love you very much, baby. What time? How long are we up to?
Nearly 5 minutes now. We're just offending everyone.
Yeah, I know. What were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything. I thought it and then I stopped myself.
You said this is really juicy.
Okay. I'm probably going to offend other people there, but that's the one thing I find strange about America is that on one hand you're so kind of modern and got your technology and development and everything, but then there's this kind of backward element to you.
Like what?
To do with your religion and the practice of it and...
In which sect? You can't lump it all in together. In which denomination, which part, which what?
Like going into that store, I felt like I was going back in time. Like you just...
Yeah, but they don't represent America.
Because you do... you don't have anything like that here.
You know what I mean? What they practice is illegal. That doesn't represent America because they do it illegally. That's like saying because a terrorist lives here, we all practice that. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? It's illegal what they're doing. It's not supported by the government.
But
or by the state,
I'm not just talking about that.
Community.
I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about even the fact that you always seem to be very much Jesus and God and all of that. It's even your government and everything, whereas we're not like that at all here.
Because you guys weren't founded on that. Your Constitution wasn't founded on that. That's why. You guys don't have a Constitution. So, that's why. This is because they came from you, man.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They're your people, Sarah. They're not my people. They're your people.
Why do you say that? But
But you guys are pretty much like that because you had a whole church at one time that ran your whole country, the Church of England.
With the monarchy.
You guys were like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
the Church ran your...
Well, the Church of England only came in with King Henry VIII.
The Bible comes from you guys.
No, it doesn't.
The Bible we use, the King James Bible, comes from you guys. I'm just saying, so it's... You know what I mean? That's where it comes from. That's where Christianity comes from, is Great Britain. So. Babe?
What?
It does.
I thought it was more based on Judaism. It's all interlinked, isn't it?
Yeah, but the way they practice it comes from you guys. Obviously, he was in Jerusalem when he was hung. Yes, but when it was put together, the King James Version of the Bible came from where? We didn't have a king or a James. So.
Well, I don't really know enough about religious studies. I haven't looked at the Bible.
KJV
I don't know anything
Bible is
about
the Bible,
it.
the authority on it here. I'm letting you know. I'm just telling you. I know you don't know. That's why I'm sharing this with you. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's where it comes from.
But I'm going to Google it.
King James? You've heard of him, right? King James, you've heard of him? No?
Yeah, but which King James? There's been many King Jameses over the years. In different countries.
The King James in 1600 that got all the religious scholars of your guys' country to put a Bible together. The same one that's practiced worldwide and the leading source of Christianity that's practiced today.
Well, the Bible is older than that.
It is older than that, but that's the one that is accepted by all Christians as the exact, truest Bible. The King James Version of the Bible.
We're having a Bible studies meeting.
No, we're not.
Number 6.
I'm not even going to tell you right now.
What? Should I stop?
I'm not going to say. Yeah, you might want to.
Oh, God, you just made me jump out of my skin thinking the door behind me.
Well, it scared me too.
Oh, God.
It looked like her door moved.
But I just replayed everything and I can't see the door moving in the background, but I think it's some of the topics we're talking about, isn't it? It's probably making us on edge.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it honestly looked like the door moved. What do you want me to say? You know what I mean? But it was right after we filmed part 6 7 times.
3 times. We're on to 3.
Well, there was a lot of cutout on it. You couldn't really hear the volume.
Blimey, when you did that and your eyes, I was like, my stomach just turned over.
It looked like it. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least I haven't seen dark clouds crawling on my walls.
I'd fucking start screaming. See what? Dark clouds?
Yeah. That would freak me out.
Yeah, that shit's creepy.
Like
It's freaky, but I was in a sleep paralysis thing, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't see that shit in the daytime. You know?
You see, for me in my house, I've seen things in the day. I've seen things at all times of the day and heard things at all times of the day in this house. So it's not just when I'm asleep. I know some people go, yeah, well, you were asleep, it's night, blah, blah.
No. That's when you were sitting at your computer and that can moved and that touched your arm. Oh, shit, you were wide awake.
I was wide awake.
When that happened. So, it's definitely going on. Sorry, guys, I had to move. It got cold in here. How hot is it here today, Sarah?
Too hot. It's like 34 degrees, which is, what did I say?
Translate that in 94 degrees here?
Yeah, it was 94. 34 in UK.
And it's only June. You know when the hottest months are here?
Well, I would say July and August.
End of July. Yep, end of July and beginning of August. Sarah thinks she's going to burn up here, guys. She told me today that she can't do it.
Anybody in the UK knows that when we hit 34, which is what they've currently got, we are dying, aren't we? We're like...
Because it's so humid there also.
We can only take a few days and we've had enough. That's it.
Because it's so humid also there. Yeah, it rains there all the time, so it's humid. It doesn't rain here all the time. It's dry. It's a desert. It's different. It's different heat.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but I've said to you, I've been in that heat in foreign countries, and honestly, it's just as bad. I don't really see the difference.
Oh, I'm not saying you're not going to be hot. You're definitely going to be hot. But dry heat versus humid heat is way different. It's different.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will. Matter of fact.
I'm going to be complaining. He'll see how grouchy I really get in the heat.
You'll be fine. We got air conditioning here. We live off of it in the U.S. We don't stay out just in the heat. You got it in your car, your home, your stores, air conditioning. They believe in it. You can't survive without an air conditioner in your home in the summer here. It'll kill elderly people. You know what I'm saying? That's how hot it gets.
I know, but then that means you've kind of always got to keep yourself shut away, isn't it? In the summer.
You still go out and go places. You just don't go out from like 3 to 8. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I personally worked in it through my 20s into my 30s, so I could adapt well to it, but better than you can, because I worked out in it all day. And there's nowhere to run out there. You're working in it, but I don't want to do that no more. Because it's exhausting. You know, being in the heat's exhausting. It is.
Yeah, I know. You can't do anything in it. It's too hot. It's too much.
I like it better than the snow. I knew. Come on, get it out there, babe. I knew you were going to say something. Come on.
I'm not going to say anything. Wow, I prefer the snow because I'm quite a cold person, whereas you're just a hot person, aren't you?
You like it for a little bit, and then you're like, it's so cold here. I wish it was sunny, you know, because that's just human nature. So, you prefer the cold? That's what you're telling me?
I quite like the cold and snow, yeah. He's in shock.
What? Hi, guys. Again. Now that we've discussed everything, even the sun.
I know. It's just weird, isn't it?
How long were we on here last night?
Wow, talking like this? It was probably about 45 minutes.
Period.
45 minutes?
Period. How long were we on?
5 hours and 15 minutes.
Soak that one up, guys.
I tell my mum that and she's like, how long? She finds it really strange that we can be on that long talking.
Or we could just find something to talk about.
Yeah. Or
just goes by too quick, actually.
Or just being around each other that long without a break.
For 5 hours? We're talking about spending the rest of our life together. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying my mum I think my mum thinks that.
Yeah.
I didn't say I did.
About 5 hours. I guess maybe when you get older, they don't really see it, but I don't know. It don't seem like a long time to me. 5 hours?
Mm.
Seemed like a long time to you, did it?
Well, it does when I start yawning. And then
That's the cue that she has to go, guys. That's not because she's tired.
and then we both fall asleep. And then we're both falling asleep on each other.
Then what?
Then we both falling asleep on each other.
Yeah, last night watching that stupid show.
I know.
And I don't recommend it, guys. It's called, what was that thing called on Amazon Prime?
I have no idea. It was weird.
Fallout.
It was weird.
We don't recommend it. You're like, this is date night? They were killing each other in the underground shelter. This is a heck of a date night.
I know. And then I pretended to fall asleep, and then Dustin was falling asleep. So I thought it would be cute to take a picture. But then...
What?
But then when I look back at the picture, we look like two dead corpses.
Did we?
Yeah.
Weird. I actually got you sleeping.
What?
I did take a picture.
Sorry.
And it's on my camera roll. You can't erase it. But I can't publish it either. Because you are the editor queen. Or I would release it. You looked adorable.
No, I didn't. I can probably assure you.
Yeah, you did. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, you take the worst pictures.
What?
You do. You screenshot me and then you send it to me and I'm going, oh my God. Whereas when I screenshot, I at least I prepare myself and I'm like...
You're going to tell me this is a bad picture.
Oh my God.
You're going to tell me this is a picture. You're going to tell me this is a bad picture.
Am I supposed to look at it now?
This is a great picture.
He's paused me.
No, I didn't.
Oh no. Oh God. I actually don't. I'll open it later.
Open it. It's you laughing. It's a great picture.
Oh, that would be even worse because I hate when I laugh because that's why I put my hand over my mouth all the time.
You had your hand over your mouth.
And I just look like an Oompa Loompa.
And you got a great smile. It's not true. You look wonderful when you laugh. It makes me happy inside. So, it does. I love when you laugh. Wow, I do.
Oh,
I love to see you happy. Look at you smiling right now. Big old smiles. Beautiful. Beautiful. My baby. It's true.
I'm stopping because I want to look at the picture. Look at this. This is what I have to contend with.
What? Are you recording right now? How is that different?
How's what different?
You get to take all the photos you want, but I can't take any.
Because I think I choose really good pictures, like, you know. And if I take a crap picture, I delete it.
Huh? They're for me, though.
I know, but...
If I take it.
You take stuff and you go, oh, this is a really good picture. And I'm like, that is hideous. And you capture me when I'm like, huh?
What? I capture you when you're not posing. I'm sorry. Forgive me for capturing you when you're just not posing.
At least let me pout.
Take a picture of that.
Yeah. I think men are just not so good at taking pictures as women anyway.
Some of the best wildlife photographers are men, darling.
I'm not
You better back
wildlife.
up on that.
I might be wild sometimes.
Pictures general. What? You think all the magazine covers were done by a woman? No, they weren't.
Yeah, well, look at those ones.
Just saying, honey.
He's talking about Playboy.
Women aren't the best at taking pictures. What? What are you laughing at?
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't.
I said he's talking about Playboy.
I'm not talking about fucking Playboy. I don't fucking watch that shit. I don't look at that garbage. I don't look at that trash.
I knew you hadn't heard me because you didn't react.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
Oh, God.
What? What else do you want to go over?
Out of the two of us, who do you think's the more serious and who do you think is the more playful?
The more what?
Playful.
Me?
Really?
By far.
Oh, for
You
serious.
ask my opinion.
For the serious one. Yeah.
In general. Or only when you laugh. What are you talking about? I'm the one who makes you laugh.
No, I make myself laugh. What are you
You're laughing at me, babe.
I think.
Enjoy that tea.
What?
The guy's out in the hall talking. The driver of the car that I said was stinky.
Oh, God. That's another conversation, isn't it? Would you get into somebody's car and then say, hey, your car really smells bad in front of everybody? Or would you actually take them to one side and say, hey, I think you should just know? Dustin's like, I don't want to tell you this, but your car stinks.
It did.
And I'm like, I don't think you should be saying it quite like that.
Only because that's how I would want to be communicated with.
Well, I wouldn't want to be. I'd never speak to you again.
I would never say that to you.
Because you'd know not to.
Yes. I'm not stupid. Yeah, I did say that kind of rude, I guess.
It's very direct.
Yeah, it wasn't rude, it was direct. Well, I'm a very direct person. Would you not agree?
Yeah. You just say it. But going back to my original question, I would say I think Dustin's the more serious one out of the two of us. I'm like the light-hearted one.
You have not watched my videos, people, to her. This is not true at all. We're both playful, actually. So, I'm serious now because you bring that out in me sometimes. But the point is, I have more goofy and silly videos to you than you do to me.
Well, yeah, because I don't want those kind of things kept.
As you're sitting here making this vlog.
Yeah, I know, but yours are like...
Don't you say anything, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Hi, guys. Well, we were really only going to talk about sleep paralysis. And it just went somewhere else. But that's pretty much how it goes, huh, baby?
Yeah, it does. And then I always get a stitch in my side through laughing.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. At least you're always laughing, huh?
Yeah.
You have been the last couple days.
I do, and then when I edit it back, I laugh again.
Dude, like today?
Yeah.
When you edited the other one?
That was so funny.
Did you cry too?
Only because I put that kind of intro.
The beginning in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really touching.
It was.
Thank you. Very beautiful.
I know. The music's just perfect as well.
The whole thing is perfect. It's really good. I guess we're going to sign off.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
We'll be back, you guys. I'm sure of that. We still have one more day. We could do another one tomorrow. That's 3 weeks worth of vlogs.
They'll be thinking, no, we can't take this madness from them too.
We could do one more tomorrow.
Right.
We'll come up with something to talk about. I'm sure you got a few things up your sleeve there, baby.
I really don't.
We could do a check-in. That's what we could do tomorrow. A fresh
see.
start. We could do our list, and then we could talk about what we're going to try to accomplish for the month.
I always thought I was a list person, but I think Dustin is a list person now.
Only with this immigration stuff. Only with what we talked about when you were here. Other than that, I am not a list person. So, but only because we made a commitment. I'm trying to keep it.
Trying.
We did. Well, the best I can every day. Yeah. You're fighting me on it. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm trying.
So I told you it was the serious one. So...
What?
Nothing. You didn't.
What were you going to say? You were going to ask something.
I didn't. I wasn't going to ask anything. So
What were you going to say?
We're going to sign off now because I now need to prepare myself for my list.
Why don't you tell them what the list is for?
I think you do. Well, they'll see that in the next vlog.
Cool. Hi, guys.
Bye. We'll see you in the next vlog, which will be the next check-in as well, to do with all the immigration.
And if you like what you're watching, please subscribe.
And don't forget to like, and please leave a comment because it's always interesting.
Questions would be nice.
Yeah,
Any questions?
Any questions you want to ask us that we can then answer together would be great.
Because if she doesn't like them, she won't put them up there. Kidding. Any questions would be nice. So it'd be a nice change to get some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.